Hello guys, so today I'm RAGU. Today I'm going to teach about how to remove extra spaces in a Excel file. So now you're looking at a file with movie list and categories and the rating of the movie and the year it is released. So this file is contain extra spaces. For example, when you look at this worship, so we have 4 to 5 extra spaces, and after the word big fish, so we are going to use trim function to remove all these extra spaces in between these words, after the words and before these words. So usually what we do is to remove all these extra spaces manually, but we can do it automatically. So now what we're going to do is to select the column next to the column, so which is column B. So we click right click, so we click insert. So now it has inserted a new column besides the column that we want to remove all these extra spaces. So now what we're going to do is to write the function trim, and let's say we are going to remove extra spaces from the column A2. So we select A2 and enter. So now we can see that it have removed all those extra spaces from the word water shift down. So we can also do this to all other values here, but how to do it, there is a way to do it manually. So now you click it and you drag it down until end of the column, and now you can see that all the values has been filled in automatically. So now you cannot remove this column A simply because these values in column B is rely and depends on the values in column A. So what you're going to do is to copy these values, and you go to column A and you have to paste a special. You're not going to paste a formula or as all, you're going to paste the values only in column A. So you click OK, and all the values from column B has been pasted in column A. So now you can just simply delete this column B, and now here you go, with all those extra spaces has been removed using trim function. Now I'm going to teach you about how we are going to select empty cells. So first thing is to make this entire thing into a table. So we select this whole thing and then we insert table. So now this table has been turned into a table. So now we can select which type of table we want. So I select this table. Alright, so now we have changed it into a table. So now we have one shortcut to create to select cells with empty rows with empty cells. So first we select control space. So now when you click control space, it select this column with empty cells entirely. So that's the shortcut to select cells with empty cells. So now I'm going to teach you about how to convert text to the numbers. So usually when we have numbers in our Excel file, we need to make sure that these numbers are saved in number format. So why it is important for us to keep all this number in number format is to ensure it is easier for us to do calculation, and it is easier for us to use VLOOKUP functions whenever we ensure all these numbers are in number format. So now let's see how we can find if these numbers are in number format or text format. So first way is to see where these numbers are aligned. If it is left aligned, means it is a text, like the value in E3 1989, it is left aligned, so it is a text, whereas this 1995 in E4 is right aligned, so it is a text. Then second way is to see this orange sign here, so it just basically shows that this value is in text, and we can just convert it to number through this way. So yes, so another way is to use function is number to check if all these texts are numbers or not. So here I have opened a new column, which is column validation. So first we enter is number, and we can select one value, which is E2, and enter. So it shows that this value in E2 is a number, so it shows true. If it is not a number, it will show false. So let's check. Select this entire column, and we can check. So the value in E3, which is 1989, is not a number, it is in text form, so it shows as false. And same go for this value in E7, which is 2003, it shows as false. So we have multiple ways to convert all these numbers to sorry, this text to numbers. So first way is, as I show you just now, we can convert this to number simply just like this, or we can also use another way. Okay, so we select data here, text to column, next, next, and here we can choose general, just let it in its default setting, and we finish, and the value will be changed to converted back to number. So we have another way, which is to use function value to select to convert this value in numbers to text. So now I have selected this column, value, and E2, and enter. So it has converted the value here in column E2 to a number file here. So now we can select this entire column until here, and now it has converted the value like for example in E3, which was in a text form, to a number form in a number form. So what we can do next is to copy this entire column and paste it in this value E, so that that value in E, which was in the text form, will be converted back to a number form, just like we did just now. So hi everyone, so now I'm going to teach about how to remove duplicated cells or duplicated values from Excel file. So this is a list of movies with category, second category rating, and the year it is released. So we have this title, and we want to remove duplicated title from this Excel file. So first we select this entire column until here, and then we select this data, and we can press remove duplicates, and it shows this expand the selection function. So we remove duplicates. So now it shows us the column that we are going to remove. So I only need to remove the values in the title, which starts from this watership down. So I unselect all and then select for the shift down column, and I enter OK. So it shows me that there are 2 duplicate values found and removed, and 41 unique values has remained. So this is how we are going to remove duplicated value, as simple as that. So now I'm going to teach about how to select and highlight errors, blanks, outliers, and formulas. So now we are going to select cells with blanks or empty spaces. So first we select this column. We select this column second category, and then we select home, and we select conditional formatting. So here we have this new rule, and we select this new rule, and we select this format only cells that contain. Here we select blank, and we format it to a color. Let's say we select color yellow, and we press OK, and then we enter OK. So now what it did is it make every cells with empty spaces and change it to yellow color. So now the second thing is to identify every cells with errors. So now we go to this column A1, we select everything, and we select conditional formatting, we select new rule, and we select format only cells that contain. Errors, and we format it to red color, so every cells that contain errors will show us in red color. So now it didn't show us in red color, it means our Excel file here has no errors. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is to highlight cells that contain outlier. So for example, the cell here we have a range of year given here, so we can select this column. So we have multiple ways to do this. So first we can select conditional formatting and select color scales. So what it has done here is that it color everything green. It color values that are over the average in green and below the average in red. So we have another way to do this. We select conditional formatting, new rule, and then we select format only values that are above or below average, and we select standard deviation to above, and we format it to, let's say, color yellow, or okay, we take green, we select enter OK, and now it is showing the values that over average value in green color. So now we can see this value here, 20,003, 11,939. So it is just a value that entered wrongly here, so later we can edit it to that actual value. So now the last thing we are going to learn is to select cells with formulas. So we go to this cell A1, we select Control A. So now we have selected every cells in this Excel file, and we press conditional formatting, we select new rule, and we select use a formula to determine which cells to format. So here we are going to enter a formula, is formula A1, and we format it to, let's say, orange color. Okay, so now we press enter OK. So now it is showing every cells with formula in orange color. So So we know why these cells are under formula, because just now we use validation to refer to this year value, whether it is in text or number, and we use this converted value to convert the value in text to number. So that's why it is showing as a formula. That's all right. So now I'm going to teach you about how to change the text value to uppercase, lowercase, and proper uh, text values using function. So now we are going to convert this title to uppercase. So for now we are going to use a function called upper. So now we are going to refer to the value in cell A2. So we select A2 and we press enter. So now that we can select this value here and drag it down, and all the values in this column A has been converted to uppercase here. Now we are going to use the function lower, and we refer to cell A2 and we press enter, and all the values in the column A has been converted to lowercase, and the pattern just follows. So now when you look at the column A, the values here, it is just messed up. Uppercase in the middle of the word and lowercase at the beginning of the word. So now we can use a function called proper, and we refer to A2. So what this function proper has done is it just makes sure the first letter of the first word in uppercase and other letters are in lowercase. So all the messed up text that here has been changed to proper text. Alright, so now we are going to learn how to convert text to column. So when you look at this column, column title, we have these first four titles are included with the year it released. So for example, Watership Down, it is released in 1978, and we want these values to be separated, break down to two different columns. So let's see how we are going to do this. So first we select these four columns, and we select this option data, and we select this text to column. So we have two options here. First one is delimited and second one is fixed width. So we select fixed width and we select next. So here we have these two arrows which we can adjust on ourselves. So I don't want this first arrow, so I just remove it, and we have the second arrow, so I move it here. So now we have selected the column we want, and we select next. So now when you look at it, these columns, it shows the values are in general. So in general means it knows how to adjust these values. So what's the important thing here is to put this value in the correct destination. So when you look at this destination space, you select this value B2. So now what this function is going to do is to put these values in the cell B2. So we select finish, and now you can see that the title are arranged in title 2 column, and the years has been put into the year column. So now I'm going to teach you how to do spell check in Excel. So I purposely misspell a lot of words here in title section. So what we're going to do is to select this view section, and we select spelling. So it shows us the words with spelling errors. So for example, the word Watership here is actually the title of the movie itself, so we ignore it once. And the word future here is misspelled, so we select future. and then we select change, and the word kiss here has misspelled, so we select change, and the word fish here is also misspelled, so we select change. So basically that's all how we are going to do this spelling check, and we select close to end this process. So the spell check has been completed, and it shows this note to us to indicate that the spelling has been checked and you're good to go. So now we are going to learn how to remove formatting in an Excel file. So first we select this A1, and we enter Control A, so all the values and all the column row has been selected. So we press home and we go all the way to this section, clear section, and we select clear format, and as you can see all the formatting has been deleted. For example, just now this row number 1 has been inked in yellow color, so now that yellow color has been removed. So basically that's how you do it. Okay, so lastly we are going to learn how to use find and replace in Excel. So first of all, I know that I have a word called comic. To change from this category to another category for animation, so what I'm going to do is to use this find and select find. So I'm going to enter the value comics here. So I have enter, and I'm going to replace it with animation. So I can either select replace all or replace to change this value comics to animation. So I'm sure that I need to change all the comics category to animation category, so I enter replace all, and the change has been done. The Excel file has made 2 replacements, and we enter OK, and we close it. And
Hi, my name is IMRAN. I would like to talk about the data integration part in the Excel. So the first function would be the move and copy function. Okay, as you can see, I have opened two Excel files, the what happens report on the left and what happens report 2021 on the right. So let's say I want to copy the World Happiness Report 2021 into World Happiness Report 2020. So to do that, I will right click on the World Happiness Report right here down here. They should appear the options. Then we could click move and copy. So that it will appear a prompt. They will appear a prompt. You can see where to book. So let's say I want to copy this file. So click create a copy and book it into World Happiness Report on the left. So I click on OK. As you can see, there are two sheets in the workbook. So a faster way to do this would be to just go back on the World Happiness Report here, click, hold Control and left click, and drag until you can see there's a cursor, my cursor changed to a file with a cursor on it, and just drag it into here. The same, but faster. Okay, moving on to the next data integration function in Excel. Okay, let's say I will have two files that have similar columns. Let's, for example, in here, World Happiness Report 2020 and World Happiness Report 2021. As you can see, they have similar columns. They have the same columns. And I want to combine them into one file. So, and remember, this only works for if they have this only works correctly if they have the same column names and conventions. So check close 2021. Okay, on the tabs up here, you can see the data tab. Click on the data tab. You click on new query. Click on from file. Say you say put in the same file. You put into the same folder. So I click from folder. So you should should give you the browse prompt. Say it's in this file world happiness report. So I click on open. It's loading. So it should show the list of files in the world happiness report folder. So we have two files: world happiness report 2020, world happiness report 2021. And let me remind you, this only works correctly if both files have the same name, same number of columns or naming conventions of the columns. So let's say I want to click on combine. Just click combine and transform data. Click it. Give it a minute to load. As you can see, it has the review of the first 200 rows of the combined file. Click on OK. It should be combining files now. So as you can see, this is the combined file. In this example, it had a 150 in the World Happiness Report 2020. It had 150, and also in 2021, as you can see, it had 150. So it combined to one file. So to save this, just click close and load on the left. So say close and load, or close and load to load. So it's loaded the query into the workbook of the World Happiness Report 2021 as sheet 1. As you can see, this is the combined file of the World Happiness Report 2020 and World Happiness Report 2021. In this part, we'll take a look at the XLOOKUP function. In previous iterations of Excel, there were functions named VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP that was used to populate tables by using reference tables. So XLOOKUP function is the more advanced and tweaked version and a combination of H and VLOOKUP. So to download XLOOKUP, we can just go to GitHub or just search in Google Excel DNAX functions, and you can see the multiple releases here. So we'll take the most up-to-date release. So click on it. You can see. So download. So there are two files here: the 32-bit version and the 64-bit version. So since I'm using 32, I will use here. Click download, save file. Okay. Then I will open up Excel again. So I'll click on File, go to More, go to Options, Add-ins, click on Add-ins. So click on Go. So in my version, I already clicked it. So if in a new version, in new install, so just search on Browse, and then you will try to search for, click on Browse and search where you have downloaded the file just now. Click it, click on it, click OK, open, then click OK. Then XLOOKUP should be in your functions list. So click on all. Let's see. As you can see here is XLOOKUP. Okay, we'll take a look at a simple example by using XLOOKUP. So in this worksheet, we have a table here and another table on the right. So as you can see, in the table on the left, we have 3 columns that are not populated, which is the revenue per cookie, cost per cookie, and order profit. So we'll use the XLOOKUP function to calculate and populate what are the revenue, cost, and order profit based on the reference table on the right here. Okay, so first off, so just click on here first, the first row, click on insert function. So search for the XLOOKUP in all. You may type XLOOKUP in the search bar, but it may not find it, so much better to search manually. So here, XLOOKUP, click on it. So as you can see, there are many arguments here. So for the lookup value, let's say we'll click on the chocolate chip. Click to search through this lookup value. And then for the lookup array, so we want to search through cookie type. You can see here, type, highlight here. And then for the return array, we want to return the revenue per cookie. So we can just highlight revenue per cookie. So click on OK. As you can see, it says the revenue per cookie for a chocolate chip is $5. Let's see. As you can see, if you scroll down here, I see fortune cookie is $1, the revenue. To test ourselves, let's see the cost per cookie. Let's find the cost per cookie. It's actually the same as searching for revenue per cookie, but we're using after the references. So click on the cost first row, click on function, search for XLOOKUP. Okay. So lookup value as before, then click on chocolate chip, product, lookup array, the cookie type, the return array. So in the return array, we did before revenue per cookie. Since we are looking cost per cookie, we just highlight cost per cookie. So we can click on OK. As you can see, there are other arguments here we did not populate. So in this if not found, for example, if there is a non-applicable error, you can just put our own custom message not found, or anything that you would like to put not found. Just click on OK. So as you can see, the cost per cookie is -2 for chocolate chips. Okay, in the next part, we want to calculate the order profit. So the order profit is a bit more complex in its steps. So to calculate the order profit, we want to calculate what is the revenue per cookie time and the sum of the cost per cookie and its product or its units sold. So revenue per cookie plus cost per cookie times multiply the units sold. So click on the first row, and we can put in the function bar here equals sum. Click sum. We can type XLOOKUP. So XLOOKUP. So to make our lives more easier, we just click on the function. So the arguments so we can automatically click as done before. So click on lookup. For lookup, we use chocolate chip as done before. Lookup array, the cookie type as before. So the difference for return array, we can return multiple arrays, which will be the revenue per cookie and cost per cookie. So we just highlight revenue per cookie, cost per cookie. All right. So don't forget to add the parentheses at the end. Click OK. So this is just one unit of chocolate chip cookie order profit. So to calculate, we just add multiply and click on unit sold, and just click enter. As you can see, this is the order profit for every cookie times its units sold. So in this example, we'll take a look at how we can return multiple values with XLOOKUP. So as in this example, similar to the previous example, we used XLOOKUP to search for revenue per cookie and cost per cookie, but we did it one by one. But XLOOKUP has the ability to return multiple functions at once. So insert function here, we just click on the cell we want to put here, which is the leftmost column, which is the revenue per cookie, and search for XLOOKUP. So lookup value will be the chocolate chip. Lookup array would be the cookie type as done before. The return array, so this in the return array will highlight the revenue and cost per cookie. So we will populate revenue and cost per cookie automatically. So just click on OK. So click on OK. So as you can see, as we populated automatically the revenue per cookie and cost per cookie column 5 and -2. So to highlight all the columns, we just need to make it absolute. So just put in the formula bar, click on F4, K1, K7, I1, and J7. So then just pull it down and it will automatically fill up the tables and columns for each chocolate chip and everything else. Okay, in this part, we'll talk about the other arguments that were highlighted before in the XLOOKUP functions, which were the match mode and the search mode arguments. So in this example, we will take a look at the match mode. So the match mode will specify match type if we want to search an exact match, something similar, larger or smaller. So in the argument, we can put in 0, -1, 1, and 2. So 0, exact match. If none found, return non-applicable. So this is default, but we can, as we can see done before in previous example, we can put our own custom message in the if none found argument. -1, exact match. If none found, return the smaller item. So this is more suitable and applicable to numbers or ranges of numbers you want to find. If we can't find the exact match, we can return the smaller item. Number 1, the same as -1, but we return the, if not found, return the next larger item. So number 2 is a wildcard match where it has special characters which have special meaning. So we can use apply and in characters, searching for characters, numbers, or words. So without further ado, we'll take a look at this example. So in this example, we have a list of customer names and customer IDs. So it asks for the first customer that starts with a W. So in this example, we're going to find a name in the first instance where it has a W in its starting character. So click on the cell we want to populate. So click on the function, search for XLOOKUP. Okay, in the lookup value, so it says first instance of a customer that starts with a W. So we'll type double quotes W asterisk and a double quote. So what it means is that we want to search lookup value. We want to find a lookup value that starts with a character that words or character that starts with a starting character which is a W, and the asterisk means at the back means that we don't care about the other characters at the back. We just want to find an instance of a name that starts with a W. So in the lookup array, since we want to find search through the list of names, so here, then we want to return the list of names, the first instance of names. So we just look through the list also. So in this match mode, we'll click on 2 since we are using a special character such as the asterisk. So we'll click OK. As you can see, in the list of names, the first instance of the names that has a W character at the first character is wholesome foods. As you can see, it's a return wholesome foods. Okay, in this example, we'll take advantage of the XLOOKUP function search mode. So previously in the VLOOKUP function, we could only search a list of items from the top down. Couldn't do it in reverse. But XLOOKUP functions give us the option. So in the arguments, we can input search mode. We can input 1, -1, 2, and -2. So 1 is perform a search starting at the first item. So we'll search from top down, find the first instance of our desired item, which is the default. So -1 is just the reverse of 1. So we will search from the bottom top, find the first instance of our item. So number 2 and -2 is just the same as 1 and -1, but it will perform a binary search. But take note that to do either both 2 and -2, we must organize the data in ascending or descending order. So we'll take a look at the example. When was Lola's last order? So click on the cell we want to populate, click on function fx, search for XLOOKUP. So let's say you want to search for Lola's last order. So we put double quotes Lola. So click on lookup array. So we highlight the customer column to the bottom. So we want to return the order date. So we will return array, we will put order date. So since I don't want to find it from the top down, I want to start from the bottom. So I will put the search mode, scroll down here, put it as -1. So as you can see, when was Lola's last order? Starting from the bottom, we will get 13/7/2020. As you can see, Lola, I have already highlighted blue. So the first instance of Lola from bottom top is 13/7/2020.
Hi, my name is Chong. Can call me Lo. My metric number is A19EC0076. I will continue IMRAN part. I'll be talking about the data reductions with Microsoft Excel. So there are many ways. Firstly, I will talk about by deleting the unnecessary data or worksheet, we can reduce the file size. So let's say we have a situation where we already have the worksheet and we have done something with it, and we have unnecessary data. So in my case, I have this two that is not necessary, which is redundant. Just ignore the worksheet here, this one, a supermarket, because I will be using it for the demo later. So alright, so what I want to do is just by clicking the right uh, of your mouse, so there's something will come out like this. So just click for delete, and then click for delete again. So just now the worksheet has been deleted, so I do it again, click right click, and I click delete and delete. So now before I want to save this file, let's see here. Originally the file is 916 KB, so I will save it. Okay, now you can see. So now it's just 314 KB. Yeah, the file size is been reduced. So the next way is by converting the files to XLSB files format. So we can do it by clicking the file, and then we click for save as. Okay, now we browse where we want to locate the file. So I prefer here the default one, Excel demo. So I will click here for at here section area at here, save as type. So I will click for XLSP format. All right, so I prefer the name here. So we can change it, and then after that we click save. All right, so let's see here. So you will see here the XLSB file is smaller than the XLSF file, and it's just 156 KB. Alright, so I will talk about the third phase, which is by deleting the formula. So let's say we have this data set. This data set. So the formula is needed to see the total based on a category and also the months lah. And then what we want to do is we select all the data, right? And then we click F5 in our keyboard. All right, so it will come out something like this. So we click special. Okay, now we click for formulas. Then we click OK. Okay, you will see that there are some areas that have been highlighted. So this shows that these areas contain formula. As we can see here, these are the formula at here. You will see here formula. Okay, so we cannot. Okay, so we have to in order to remove it, firstly we have to copy the data first. So we cannot just strictly copy like this because they will become error. So if you want to copy, right, as we usually do, Control C on the keyboard. All right, so Control plus C. Okay, all right, Control C. So it will something it will show something like this. So we can't because it involve multiple selections. Okay, so what you can do is select for example, I want to remove these areas formula, right? So I just select, then I Control C, means I copy, or we can do it by right click and then copy. Okay, so we go for home. Okay, you will see paste here. All right, so we click paste here, then we search for pass value. We click the first one. Okay, Alright, you will see just now the area here is similar, which like this we should have formula. Now it becomes value. Yeah, and beside these three ways, there are also another ways for data reductions, which is by cluster analysis and principal component analysis that I share in the report. I will not touch about it. And besides that, there are also ways like filtering the data and save it, which is this will be covered by YUAN. I think that's all from me.
Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to do data filtering in your dataset with Microsoft Excel. Hi guys, so now I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Excel to filter your dataset. So first of all, let's say you have a dataset that will look like this. So what you need to do is select the data and then go to Home tab and then look for this button, Sort and Filter, click it, and then look for this button, Filter, and click it again. You will see this little arrow appear here. So let's say I want to filter the dataset here. I don't want to see the data of RORA anymore, so I just unclick this, click OK. So we'll see the row of data of RORA is disappear. Okay, let's say you want it back, you just click this and then click OK. I will show you another way to use the filter function in Excel to filter data based on the value, based on numerical value. So here maybe you want to filter the data set based on the value of the hotel here. So you just click this arrow button and then choose this button, number filter. Let's say I only want to see the hotel that has a value greater than 1000. So I just click greater than and I type 1000 and then I click OK. Now I will only see hotel with value greater than 1000. Interesting thing of Excel here is that you can add a second filter on top of the first filter. So now after filtering the hotel with value greater than 1000, maybe now I want to only keep those row of data with food greater than $25. Okay, enter 25. Okay, so now I will then get the data row with food greater than $25 and hotel greater than 1000. To show you a special filter in Excel, which is color filter. Before I show you, I need to color some of the data here. So I just simply choose some data and fill some color into it. Okay, now let me show you how to do the color filter. So again, choose the data set and then go and click this button and click the filter button. Okay, now click at the arrow button of the food column. Okay, choose filter by color. Okay, now you only see data with color which have the food colored. I want to show you how to process string in Microsoft Excel. Okay, now for our first case, let's say we have the table that look like this. So in the first column, we have the email of our user, and you can clearly see that every email of every user, in each email, it composed of the first name and the last name of our user. And let's say now we need to extract the first name and the last name of our user. Okay, what we'll do normally is just by typing the name by ourselves, right? So this email is nancysmith@contorzone.com. So the first name will be Nancy, the last name will be Smith. Okay, then for the second user, the first name is Andy. Now you see, Microsoft Excel predicted what we're trying to do and it decided to help us. So what we need to do now is just click enter and Microsoft Excel will do the magic. Okay, what about last name? Can Microsoft Excel do the same thing? Okay, why not we try and see how. Okay, North Quarters. Again, Microsoft Excel decided to help us. So what we need to do now is just hit enter, and Microsoft Excel will help us to flash fill the last name. The next thing I want to show you is how to separate string into substring. So now let's say we have a data set that looks like this. Okay, now I want to separate for each row. I want to separate the data here into first name, last name, company name. Okay, instead of using flash fill, we'll use another thing called text to column. Okay, now I will show you how to do that. So first thing first, we select the data we want to process, and then we go to the data tab and create this text to column, and then we choose limited, and we click next, and then we choose comma because we want to separate the data here based on comma. Okay, then we choose next, we choose general, and we choose our output cell. How to choose your output cell? Well, it's very easy. You create this destination first, then delete this. After deleting this, go and choose where you want to display the data. Just like what I do here, you drag and pull. Lastly, you click finish. Then Microsoft Excel will do all the thing here. Okay, that's how you do it. Guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use Excel to do a pivot table. What's a pivot table? Well, let's say you have a table like this or a data set. You want to create a table that summarizes the information of that table or that data set. Well, pivot table function is your choice here. Okay, now so we want to create a pivot table for our table here or our data set here. Okay, what we need to do first is go to insert tab and click pivot table, and then here we need to choose the table range which we want to create a pivot table for. So I click this first and then go and select the pivot table, the table you want to create a pivot table for, and then we have to specify which data cell we want the output pivot table to be placed. So let's say I want the pivot table to be placed at column F, row 8. Okay, now we will get a pivot table at row 8, column F. Okay, now we need to decide the content inside the pivot table. So maybe I want to see a pivot table about the product and the amount of the original table. I just tick the amount and then tick the product. Here I get a nice pivot table that summarizes the information of the product and the amount of the original table here. Okay, maybe I want to see some more summarization. I want to see the summarization of salesperson, product, and amount. So what we need to do now is tick the salesperson, and you will get a pivot table about the salesperson, product, amount of the original table. Hi guys, I'm Jun. So in this part I'm going to show you how to do machine learning with Microsoft Excel. First thing we need to do here is to get a machine learning add-in for our Microsoft Excel, because by default Microsoft Excel didn't come with any machine learning function. So we click this and then we type machine learning, click enter to search for a machine learning add-in. This is the machine learning add-in we want. It's called RAJU machine learning, and after a few seconds you will see it appear on the right side. The first machine learning model I want to show here is dynamic survival predictor. So we need to just click this, and then for this demonstration we will use a sample data prepared by this add-in. So click this button to get the sample data. After that we need to select the input data. So in order to select the input data you just need to drag and pull to select all the input data, and then click this button, then click OK. Okay, do remember to unclick this option. After selecting input data, now we will start to do the prediction and get the output of our prediction. So to get the output of the prediction, we need to first specify the output cell. So to specify the output cell, we need to enter the cell location. So let's say I want to print the output at row 1 colon H. So I just need to type H1 and hit enter. Okay. For output, remember to tick this option. Okay. Now we can do the prediction just by clicking this button, predict. Okay, now we'll get the result. The result here shows that whether this passenger can survive or not in this Titanic tragedy. Now the second machine learning model I would like to show is the text sentiment analysis. So we just need to click this. Okay, then for this time I would like to try some personal data I prepare here. Okay, so if you have your own personal data, what you need to do is also same as last time. Select and drag and pull the data, your input data, and then click this button, then click OK. Also, remember to untick this option. Okay. Now we will start to do the prediction, the text sentiment analysis to analyze whether this tweet test is positive or negative. Okay, so same as the Titanic predictor, we need to specify the output cell. So this time I want the output cell to be at the row 1 column B. So for here I just need to type B1, enter. Okay, then I can start to do the text sentiment analysis by pressing this button. Okay, so this is the result. As you can see, it will give you the result whether this tweet test is positive or not. If it is above 0.5 then it's positive, if it is below 0.5 then it's considered negative. Something extra here is that we can do some simple visualization. So let's say I want to visualize this score in the form of bar chart. What I need to do is just select this, drag, and then click this button here, quick analysis, and then choose data bar. Okay, then you will see a nice bar chart will be formed according to the value of the score here. Okay, maybe you don't like bar chart, you can try a color scale. You can also try a icon set. Yeah, there's many options for you to choose here. Feel free to try it out. Hi guys, I'm Ziyuan. Today I want to show you guys how to use Microsoft Excel to do a simple data visualization. So let's say this is your data set and you want to visualize this data set into a bar chart, a line graph, or whatever chart you like. So the first step you need to do is select the data you like just by clicking one of the data inside the data set and go to the insert tab. Now click this button, recommended chart, and choose the chart you like. And if you don't like the recommended chart, you can always switch to the all chart options and look for the chart you like. Okay, for this demonstration I will just use the recommended chart. So let's say I want to use a line chart, I just click this one and click OK. Then I get a line chart and I can move it around and I can do some addition that I want to as an axis title, and then I can change the axis title like this here. And this is attendance. I can also do some things like data label, data table, error bar, etc, etc. I can also try to apply some style to the chart and change the color options. Then I can also apply a filter, like let's say I don't want to see 2017. Yeah. Okay. Then you can also do some designing by going to the design tab and then change in the design tab. You can change the color, you can change the style, you can also switch the row, select data and change the chart type. Let's say I don't want to use a line graph anymore, I want a bar chart. I just choose bar chart and then click OK. Then I will get a bar chart. Now I want to show some alternative way to do the data visualization in Microsoft Excel. So just now I show you guys how to use the chart section in the insert tab. Now I will show you a quicker way. The quicker way is just to highlight, drag and pull, select all the data inside the data set, and then you will see a little button appear here. It's called Quick Analysis. Just click it and then go to chart. You can see that there is an option here. Basically it's same as the last method, the previous method I showed you guys, just that this one is a shortcut method. Yeah. So again, this is actually the same thing. This is totally the same thing that I showed you guys just now, just that this is a quicker method. Yeah. So previously I showed you guys how to create a pivot table for the data set. So let's say this is the pivot table for this data set. Now what I want to do is I want to create a pivot chart for this pivot table. Pivot chart is just a data visualization for a pivot table. So what we need to do is actually very similar. First we choose the pivot table and we go to insert tab and we choose pivot chart, and then let's say we want to create into a bar chart. We should write it into a bar chart, so we just choose this one and then click OK. Then we'll get a bar chart for this pivot table. And then we can also change the pivot chart style actually. So the method is actually the same. So we choose the chart and then we go to the design tab and we can change the chart type. Okay, maybe I want it to be in a form of line graph. I can change it to the form of line graph, and then I can also do some designing, like change the design of the chart, etc. Okay, now the very last thing I want to show you guys is how to filter a pivot chart. So it's very simple. So first choose the chart and I want to filter it just by, you will see that as long as there is a drop down button inside of pivot chart, means that there is something for you to filter inside this pivot chart. So here I saw a drop down button for product, means that I can filter the product in this pivot chart. So I don't want to see solar, I can apply it. So now I will only see beer and wine. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue. I will talk about forecasting with Microsoft Excel. So these are the data I prepared. So let me explain it first. So there are 100 total number of books, and then 50% of it is sold for higher price, or maybe we follow back what I use in the user manual. Alright, so as you can see here, they already changed because I'm using formula here, and then formula here, and then these are the total profit. If the 60% of the books sold for higher price, because the higher price unit profit is 30, and for actually it's 50 lah, if we follow the user manual. Alright, so there I show. So alright, so okay, so that for forecasting, there are many ways. So first of all, we can do it by creating scenario. Okay, so first of all, what we need to do is we go for data, click data here. After that, we click for what if analysis. Then we click scenario manager. So it pop up something like this. So we click, what we want to do is just click add, and then because just now it's 60, right? So I want to click a scenario which is 60, showing that this current current 60% that's sold for higher price. So just name something, be as since highest price. So I didn't follow the user manual lah here. So okay, so what I want changing the cell, right? So I'm changing the value of the cells so that I can operate this one. Okay, so show E4, right? Actually it's here, so it's not we cannot just straight away clicking here. You will see you will hear some error sound. What we can do is we have to click here, right here. So after that we can click the location here. Okay, just make sure don't have redundant. So click here. Okay, so yeah, so click OK. So 60%, right? So just remain 0.6. Okay, so for the next one I would like to add 70% highest price. So changing at C4 also same, so don't need to change anything. So 70%, so 0.7. Right, so okay, so I think I will not do very much, so maybe I just add two more, maybe 100%. All right, 100% highest that books is sold for highest price. Okay, okay, so C4 also okay, so it should be 1.0 lah. Okay, so now we add something that is uh smaller, maybe 30%. 30% for 30% book sell for highest price. So same, so change it to 3 and click OK. So these are the scenario that I can make. So what I need to do is, if I want to show, for example, now it's 60, right? These are the profit I get, 3,800. So what if 100%? Yeah, so I just click what if 100% of books sold for highest price. So I click show. So you can see here the things automatically change. This is one of forecasting. And then also other than that, we also can for example one maybe 30. Okay, click for 30, then click show, then you can see the value change. Okay, besides this you also can forecast the value by using the summary feature. All right, so actually this is just similar to that just now. What we need to do is click data, what if analysis, and then we click scenario manager. So we just have to click summary at here. So we have make sure this tick scenario summary here. So the results shall okay. So here is D10. So it's true D10 because we have the results here. Yeah, we just want to these are the cells that we want for forecasting purpose. All right, so okay, so these are the summary. It will create a new file, a new sheet called a scenario summary. So this summary will be made according to the scenario that we made just now. So at here we can summarize that if, for example, like just now, like 100% books that sold for higher price, so we will get 5,000 profit. If 30, 2,900 profit. If 30, 2,900, yeah, 60, 3,800. If 70%, 4,100. All right, so besides this we also can do forecasting with the help of GoSeek. All right, so what we can do is we click data, and then we click what if analysis, and then we click for GoSeek. Okay, so now now it's set the cell to okay, this is correct. Okay, then to the value these are things that we want to forecast, the cell that we want to forecast, value it. So you want to put, for example, I want 4,700 profit, because this shell is showing the profit, right? Yeah. So you can change the cell. Okay, this changing cell is refer to the percentage of the books. So maybe yeah, it's C4 here. Okay, so we will click OK. So we can see, okay, just now the value is not 90, right? Yeah. So in order to get 4,700 total profit, we have to sell 90% of the books. 90% of the books should be sell for highest price, and 10% should be sell for lower price. Okay, these are the criteria to get 4,700 profit. Okay, so besides this, we also can predict with the forecast sheet feature, which I will show later. Okay, uh, okay, these are the data types that I prepare, the data set that I prepare. Okay, so these are the days, these are the number of sales. So to forecast the forecasting, so what we can do is we select the data, then we click for data here, and then we click forecast sheet. So it will show up something like this. So actually uh, 1st of June, right? So what you can do is you can select here about the time end for our forecasting end. Yeah, works maybe uh 1st of September. Yeah, and then maybe you want to just don't want also can, which is just choose back to 1st of June. Yeah, so I want to be first of until forecasting until 1st of September lah. So they have other option, which is, oh, before that we also can select according to what type of uh, chart we want. Okay, so we can select other options here, maybe forecast start or something like confidence interval. We can change. Okay, so I stick to this line chart, and then it's until here. My forecasting start just similar. Okay, I'll click create. Right, so these are the things, these are the results that you get. So a new sheet will be created, and here is it. You will get the table that have contained the forecast the number of sales, the lower confidence bound, and the upper confidence bounds. Yeah, I think that's all from me and from my team. Thank you for watching.